If I
Whoever
really
asks the person out should pay.
Whoever
If
asks
I
you.
ask someone out, I'm like, let's go to Disneyland. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. Like, I'm not
Same.
gonna
For a
be
first
like,
date?
yeah. If it's like a first date and they're
First
like,
date
whoa,
to Disneyland?
yes, then I should pay, right?
I
Because
feel
it's like,
that's a lot.
yeah, no, that's too much.
know,
So you
man.
should pay.
Sounds
Unless
Like
like
you're
if you're the
Drake.
one asking, like if some guy asked me to go to Disneyland on the first date,
Have
they
you
should
ever
pay.
done that for a first date?
No, I haven't, but
Not yet.
I have
That's
had
so-
people ask me to do it.
I feel
which-
like over elaborate first dates are very ill advised because let's say it's weird. Like you want to be in a kind of casual situation where if it's you're just not into them or if it's weird, you can be like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you," and you can dip like but for dinner, that's why I'm kind of hesitant with dinner because it's like, "Oh, we got to wait another 20 minutes for the food, but I don't like you." You know, it's like
You can't wait
Disneyland.
like you can't spend an hour with someone you don't like in the pursuit of eventually finding your wife.
well, if
Well, you
if
don't want
it,
to get
if
married, but
What if you don't hit it off at
Calapace
first?
donated $99. The right answer to who pay for the first date is easy. No one.
good call.
It should
Make
be
that
free.
shit free.
Hell yeah, comrade.
Do something free. Well, okay, so if you're just not attracted to them, but they're otherwise pleasant, I say just continue on with the date. You know, eat the meal, have a nice conversation. But if there's like something, like you feel your safety is kind of, or like they're being weird in some kind of way, then yeah, absolutely.
you can't finish
like you
a
can cut.
dinner like with a weirdo. So like we're having dinner, we're on a date, and then you're like, oh wow, she's really fucking weird. Like, yikes! You're gonna be like, sorry, can't finish this. I'm gonna tap out. Or like
So-
if you're on a nature walk, even.
Wouldn't do that. I'm not going into nature.
Well, you
with
said
some
that you want a
stranger.
free. You're saying that you want a free date. So what's a free date? It's
You
a
could
walk
just,
around the
like,
park.
Go to a Starbucks, grab a tea, that shit.
That's not free.
Go to the gym,
Are you?
you know?
It's too-
Yeah, no.
Or
a
you could
tea
just
is
go
not a
walk
date.
at the beach. Hike, no,
Oh, wait,
because then
fine.
you're getting into the crevices of the mountain. But like
Crevices.
beach, there's people around and shit. So beach is okay. Definitely agree with doing a free thing. But whether you're a man or a woman and you feel uncomfortable on a date, then yeah, you reserve the right at any moment to fucking leave.
You reserve the right. Sure, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be allowed
I'm not obliged to stay on a date with somebody. Now, again, if they're otherwise
Social
pleasant,
norms.
if they're otherwise pleasant, but I'm just, and this applies to women too, if they're otherwise pleasant, but you can tell, I'm not really, maybe we don't align, maybe I'm not attracted, I'd say, yeah, the polite thing would be just stick it out.
Have you ever walked out on a date? And if
Yes.
so, what's the
Yes.
story? What is the story?
She was 30 minutes late.
Ooh.
She didn't apologize. I stuck it out for 10 minutes. I was brewing because if you're late, she didn't let me know she was going to be late.
Was this to a restaurant? Was it a park? Was it a beach? What was it?
It was like a lounge. We were going to grab a drink.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she was 30 minutes late. She let me know like 10 minutes after I'd already arrived. Hey, I'm running late. I'll be there in 10. It ended up being, so she was 30 minutes late. And I would have actually been okay if she gave me a token apology, like, hey, sorry I was late. But she just stepped and didn't say anything. So I was like, all right, let's, so yeah, I was just kind of.
Okay, so you were taken back, and then did you try to like? Was that it for you? Like
how
you
did you
can't
get
move
out?
on, or was there like a further conversation? Then you're like, oh, this is it for me. And then what was the exit like?
Okay,
As a
so I was basically like, okay, because of this, because you were late, because you didn't offer up, I think the polite, courteous thing would be to at least, I wasn't expecting her to be like, get down on one knee and be like, oh my God, Brian, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I just wanted like, hey, sorry I'm late. How's your day? How you
Basic
doing?
courtesy.
That's
I think
fair.
that's, I think
fair.
that's like if you're that late, you say sorry, right? So I was like, okay, let's just see if she's DTF. So I was like, you want to come back to my place? And then she said no, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, hey, I gotta go.
Okay, but to be fair,
Nice to meet you.
I don't think most women would
that's
say be
fine.
DTF within the first like 10 minutes
Wait,
of meeting.
But I was-
So
someone.
that
it
was
was
it
like-
though, like because she didn't apologize, like you were
I
like
was
you
just
couldn't
like,
see
okay.
past, you weren't even like gonna figure out what she was gonna say. Then you immediately went to the DTF and when she was
No,
not.
I was waiting for the apology.
So you just were sitting there waiting for the apology, and when it never happened after 10 minutes, you were like,
No, it wasn't like awkward silence, but I was like, okay, I guess we could fuck, you know.
But you would fuck a person who's that inconsiderate?
I'm just like
You-
shocked
yeah.
at that. Like, it's so funny because you already had your mind made up, and then she was like sitting there for 10 minutes trying to have a conversation with you, and then you were just like probably awkwardly thinking, I wonder if she's down to fuck, but I don't want to like hook up. I don't want to date this person any more than this. And then
Yeah. She lacked the necessary courtesy for me to ever consider her for a long-term relationship.
That makes
So
sense.
I was like, okay, we could maybe be fuck buddies, but
did she
But
seem
it was-
upset when you left?
No, because I thoroughly tanked the interaction when I basically was like, hey, do you want to go hook up?
And what was her reaction to that?
Oh, I mean, she was just like, no, I'm okay. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to go.
Yeah, I think
It was thoroughly awkward.
most girls
was
would not be
thoroughly
down to
awkward.
fuck within 10 minutes of talking to someone.
I mean, he
It's
was already
okay.
over it, so he
I
just
was
shot
over
his
it.
shot.
I
He
was
shot
like,
his final shot.
I
just
shot
to
my
see.
shot.
So what happens if she says yes?
Yeah, what if you're just stuck in a situationship with her
She
where
says yes.
Yeah, so what if she's like, you know
All right,
what?
maybe you can
You
redeem
caught
yourself.
me. I am.
What do you think? This girl's
That's
crazy.
true.
It's
That's
been
She
10
can-
minutes
Man,
and she's
that's
ready to
man.
fuck.
Maybe she
like,
says sorry during the BJ. I don't know. I'm sorry, Brian. And she's fucking.
So sorry in the middle of sex.
I don't know. Tell me you're sorry.
Tell-
Tell me you're sorry.
Maybe she's into that.
That's such a that'd be great. She's apologizing during the sex. I'm so sorry,
Sam
Brian.
donated $100.